I was only 6 years old when she died, still enjoying nap time in kindergarten. She only ever met me a couple of times, and I have virtually no memories of her. I often wonder what she would have said when I recited the I Have a Dream speech in the first grade play. I wonder how proud she would have been to see me graduate 8th grade, high school, and college. I wonder what bedtime stories she would have told me when I stayed over. Now is the time to acknowledge my curiosity. Who was this woman, whom I would have called Grandma, and is part of the reason I exist?
Well, it was in my childhood days, oh Lord, many long years ago. Now with the Spirit, now of my Savior, I was filled, Lord, filled, oh, in the
For the most part, I called her Grandma. Mostly everybody called her Grandma. At some point, I remember calling her Grammy, and I don't know how long that lasted or where that came from. But
Call her Grandma.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it.
Mother.
Mother?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what the situation was. Good day, mother. Bad day, ma. You know.
Mama. Yeah, I've always called her Mama.
Okay.
Yeah.
It just really depended on what I was trying to get. If I was trying to get something, or it was just a general conversation. So, yeah, I had different terms from when I'm trying to, for different situations.
Okay.
I called her Mama, Mother.
Yeah, depending on the situation.
Yeah, just depending on the situation. Yeah, what I want at the time. Yeah.
But I remember one day we were driving somewhere, and I think we were all in the car, and I was like, something about Cedar Point. I don't think I'd ever been there before, but I wanted to go to Cedar Point, right? So she looks at a pine tree, and she says, Cedar Point, there's Point, right? And so, of course, I was like mad, like, oh, there's no, but that's what it was, you know what I mean? Or stuff like, I would say, hey, I'm thirsty. And she would say, well, I'm Friday. We can meet together Saturday. We can have a Sunday. Or just stuff like that. I mean, I was a kid, and a kid enough not to really even know what that stuff meant. But
When we were in grade school, and we used to get, when you were in grade school, you used to get a half an hour for lunch break, which means that you could walk home or you could get a ride home. And I remember that my mom used to come to the school and pick us up, take us to Uncle Sam's restaurant, and get us back in time. And that was a great, and we thought that was such a big deal because we had went out for lunch in a half an hour. So, so it was really it was like, we thought we were big shots, should I say, when she come pick us up for lunch at school. It was nice.
my earliest memory of her was when I would stay the night at her house in the morning. When I would come down the stairs, she was always sitting at the dining room table, like working on bills or papers or whatever. And as soon as I would hit that bottom step, she would say, "Good morning, Glory." And she was just always like really happy and bubbly. And like that went on for years. I mean, well into being a teenager. I remember coming down the stairs and she was always there. She was always up well before I was, no matter how early I got up. She was down there at that table, and that's how she would greet me in the morning.
And I was thinking about this one particular Christmas. My mother back then, she was working 2 jobs. She would work 11 to 7 she worked 3 to 9 at Darlington and 11 to 7 at Flower. And it was Christmas Eve, and she came in, and I knew she retired, so she came in and went to sleep. And me and Charlotte and Tony woke up and came out there to see what Santa Claus had brought us. and wasn't nothing under the Christmas tree. And we said, Mama, Santa Claus didn't come. And she said, yeah, y'all go back to bed. Santa Claus ain't been here yet.
We were kids, and so we wanted to go get Dunkin' Donuts, get some donuts from Dunkin' Donuts. So we went out to the store, shopped around, got the donuts. But in the meantime, it was a rainstorm. And it flooded, and the viaduct that we had to come back through flooded. So we tried, and we only knew one way to get back home. Well, she only knew one way to get back home. So she went through the flood. But lo and behold, it made the car stop. So we ended up getting stuck in the flood. So, and there was a lot of cars that would get stuck in the flood. And the people, the neighbors that was out there, they was just pushing people out. So they pushed us out, and that was all to get some Dunkin' Donuts. That was all to get some Dunkin' Donuts.
You said this was all her stuff?
Yeah, this is all her stuff. I don't know what this is her, for sure. This her NAACP membership. I'm for sure I got this is her community summit that she did. She did the first parent-teacher community summit for TPS.
Mm-hmm.
This is her her agenda. This is the article in her committee. You want to see it?
What did she do for a living?
For a living, my mom was a nurse.
She was one of the, I guess, first black nurses at Flower Hospital, I think. We're close to it.
Mm-hmm.
She was a nurse for quite some time. I'm not sure exactly how long. And after she left nursing at Flower, she went to Sassy and worked as a substance abuse coordinator. And so she worked with a lot of people going through like rehab and drug treatment. And there she worked with former Mayor Jack Ford. And she actually worked on his campaigns when he was running for different political offices and things. So she was one of the people that helped get some things organized for him.
When Jack Ford started that program there, she was one of the first ones in there. She used to do presentations. And at that time, I would do the videos for her. So she would go do the presentations, and I would video, because she was teaching on fetal alcohol syndrome.
She went around doing a lot of seminars, and they would have just basically fairs and health fairs, and she'd be out there, talking about basically fetal alcohol syndrome and the dangers of drinking while you're pregnant. So I was an expert on fetal alcohol syndrome before I even understood the birds and the bees.
She was a very giving, loving person. She loved her children, for sure, without a doubt. Everybody can tell you.
Very compassionate and loving, very business oriented, gonna get things done. She was an organizer.
She would do anything for everybody. So, me and Christina was always together, and we would talk about her second family. So she would bake cakes, she'd bake pies, she'd bake cookies, and we wouldn't know whether that was for us or for her other family, which was the church or PTA or something like that. So she gave her time for anybody. That's what she would do.
She always liked to help. She was a helper. A volunteer, not a paid helper, a volunteer. She would volunteer. If someone would ask her to help on the committee, she was there. If somebody was sick and they needed something, she was there. My mother was considered the neighborhood helper.
Yeah, she was definitely a helper. She was outgoing. She worked hard in the schools to get the inner city schools the same materials and stuff that the other schools got.
someone could be at the grocery store saying, oh my gosh, I got too many groceries. How am I going to get home without a car? I got too many to carry. And like she would just, in overhearing that, step in and say, excuse me, do you need a ride, or where do you stay? I don't mind dropping you off.
Wait a minute. Okay, that's Mama there. That's Mama and my grandfather there.
Wow.
And this one right here is Mama. I think that's her 16th birthday party, I think. I'm not sure. Okay. Let's get to that. Look at Tom. Black man, look at something. Wait a minute. That's my mother right there.
Oh, this one.
That's her?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
She was really young.
Yeah, she was really young. Charlene, you get it?
Yeah. Stop. Don't ask me.
Who is that? Let me see that.
Mama and Grandma.
Oh, Mama and Grandma.
From your son, with gratitude and love. If I could only tell you what it means to be your son. If I could show you the love that's in my heart. Wow. If I could find the words to thank you for the things you've done, then you might begin to know, at least in part, the gratitude I've always felt, and I can't find words to say, the love I felt since I was small and feel for you today. Happy Mother's Day. Love, Carl.
And I remember one time we were taking this trip to go see family, of course, and we had loaded up this van.
We was going to my mom's cousin's funeral in St. Paul. So we had packed all our stuff up and got in the van. And I lived off of Burn Road. So when you turn out, you turn on Burn Road.
And all the suitcases are in there. And it's like 7 of us. So the van is full. We have it packed with suitcases and bags and coolers and food and all kinds of stuff. And we are ready to roll. She's like, come on, let's go, everybody. It's time. We got to get on the road or we're not going to make it.
I was waiting on them. I kept waiting and waiting. And they hadn't showed up.
We pulled out, I think, at Charlene and Christina's apartment, and the back of the dang on van wasn't closed. And we turned on I think it was Burn. Turned on Burn, and thing opened up. All the stuff flew out the back of the van. Can't make it up.
So when we whirled out in the traffic on Burn Road, all of our luggage, cooler, clothes, everything else back there fell out in the middle of Burn Road.
And all of our stuff was out in the street. And I remember her out in the street and everyone's running around and trying to put all the stuff back into the van and before cars come and roll our clothes over.
Tell me the RV story.
Oh, the RV story. Okay, we get this RV. We're going to, I think, down south. And she gets this RV. She rents the RV. None of us has ever driven an RV before.
We rented the RV here in Toledo. Everything was going smooth. We went into Detroit.
One of our relatives, Aunt Fanny from Detroit, was she was older. She's like, I'm not getting on an airplane. I'm almost 100 years old. I'm not going out like that. Okay, if something happens, it's gonna be natural. And so Grandma was like, well, you need to go to this reunion.
It was the same time Desmond had his all-star football game.
Well, I had an all-star game for football. And so I was obviously going to play an all-star game. So they was like, okay, we're going to drive down, we're going to fly back, we're going to get you. And then, we're going to drive back down, we're going to fly back there, and we're going to get the RV, and we're going to go away, right? So okay, whatever. Sounds like a plan.
So each person was taking a turn driving. I'm driving, everybody driving. Well, everybody was supposed to be taking their turn. But And I would relieve the people. I said, well, take a nap because I'm going to drive. And while I'm driving, you guys take a nap, you know. So they're like, oh, okay. But when you're in an RV, you can't tell what the people in the back are doing. So I'm thinking everybody's asleep. I'm thinking, oh, well, you know what? Now somebody's turn to take over. So then I turn around and hear the people in the RV, including my mother, they're back there playing cards.
We was in the back playing Uno. and somebody said, somebody said something about the Uno, like reverse or something, or something, and she heard the Uno. She said, "What y'all doing back there?"
It was hilarious because we couldn't we didn't know how to change lanes. Like the mirrors aren't even saying. There's no rear view mirror in the RV. You only got side mirrors. And Grandma was just like, at this point, she's older. She's like a typical, little old lady in this little, old lady stance of driving. And we're in this huge RV.
Charlene was asleep on the bed in the back. that was when the tire flew off, and I had to hit the brakes. And so the bed and the mattress wasn't tied down, so I hit the brakes. The mattress slid and hit the sides of the cabinet. Charlotte was laying in the middle, and she went flying down the aisle, down up to the front.
I don't know if Carl was driving, there was something in the road, and for some reason he slammed on brakes. And when he slammed on brakes, everything went forward. I was laying in bed asleep. Me and the mattress slid down slid down the middle of the RV. Me and the mattress slid down the middle of the RV. It was like being on the slide board. We were just gone. And I couldn't stop it.
And that was all in the weekend. Like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
What a trip.
Right.
It was a great trip, but she always wanted to get everybody together. I want to have family together. If there was a family event, she always wanted to make sure we went, and
It was really nice family outings. I think that was really her big thing, to make sure everybody was together.
So it was fun. I mean, I'll never forget it, but it was my first RV trip. And that was my mom's great idea because her great aunt wanted to go to a family reunion and she was sick. So my mom was saying, okay, how can I get her there? So there again, that's like a story where her always trying to help somebody, go on the extra mile to try to get something accomplished. So.
Tell me about the holidays.
Holidays where she would. It would be like the big holiday feast, and she really didn't want nobody else to cook nothing but her, so she would cook everything.
Christmas was her favorite holiday. That was her favorite holiday. And she would always want to cook on Christmas. She would always want people over on Christmas.
Family was so super duper important. She would always, every single holiday, she would cook tons of food. And we knew that it didn't matter how small the holiday was, there was gonna be food there. She was okay, this is, and not a little bit of food. There would be turkey, ham, and then she would always make 3 different potato salads because
one with no pickles, no with no onions, and she would make them all. She would make all these, whatever we had that we didn't like, she would make that particular meal the way, she would do it.
She was always famous, too, for making her holiday punch.
She made the best apple pie. I wish that I knew how to make the apple pie. It was so good. It was perfect. I've never had the apple pie ever since. When I'm tasting apple pies, I'm yeah, it's just not the same.
I can remember New Year's, every New Year's, she would set up a spread we was having 1 million people come, and it wasn't nobody but her and 3 kids. It was we started inviting friends over with so much stuff. Hey, we know my mama gonna have it ready for New Year, so come on over. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know how they do the when you buy cakes now, you can get half vanilla, half chocolate. Well, she invented that because she would make a whole big vanilla cake and a whole big chocolate cake, put them side by side, slap some frosting on it, and go.
No matter what, she would work that night. She would make all the German chocolate cakes. She would make the yellow cakes. She would make peach cobbler. She would do everything for the holidays. I mean, for the holiday dinner, she would work. She would make all the dinners, and we would all, okay, that was good. We all would come and eat. But then it's funny, but after the time we would all be sitting around entertaining ourselves, she was tired. She was over there asleep after we got done eating. She was knocked out. I'm like, well, you did stay up all night cooking the dinner, so she would be knocked out.
And I remember always, like, as I got older, I would always, like, take pictures of her because while everybody else was, like, eating and talking, like, she would be in the lazy boy sleep because, now as an older person, I know that all that cooking will wear you out. But yeah, she would just be worn out. She would like work all day and then come home and cook for days and days so that everything was ready for the holidays. You were still really little because I remember it was like shortly after.
Because my mom, I don't know, my mom has some pictures from a birthday party of mine where I was maybe like 3 or something.
Okay.
I think she said I was like 2 or 3, but you and Tony and Charlene and like everybody and Grandma were there, and she's in some of the pictures.
Your mom had a birthday party for you, and so we came to the birthday party.
I don't know, was it your first birthday, second? First birthday, I think.
It was 2 or 3 or
was
something.
2? Yeah, I'm trying to think. Because we gave you a party out there at the house.
I know that it was a birthday party for you out at the apartment, right? And
yeah.
I think we all went.
So, yeah, she was like, oh, okay, her grandson. I said, yep, this is your grandson. So that she met you at that, at your birthday party. Yeah.
You was young, very young, and probably before I even met you, there was a picture of you, right? And so everybody looked at the picture and like, Carl, that's Carl's kid. And again, I don't know if we ever talked, but I can't imagine her not having that same impression.
Once we had went over and met you, I think my mom and I went over there first, and then we were saying, oh, Carl got a son, you should go meet him. And she was like, what? Okay. And she's like, yeah, I gotta go meet him.
She says, that's Carl's son. That's Carl's son, looks like it. And she was just, she was happy. I couldn't, she hadn't got a chance to meet you right at the beginning, but she got a chance to meet you, during your birthday party.
Did she think I looked like you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, she did.
Oh, yeah. She was like, that baby looked just like Carl. He looked just like Carl. And even, like, we saw some pictures of Carl when he was younger. Like, she was showing me, like, yeah. And I remember, like, her and my mom talking about it and her having some pictures and them looking at pictures, comparing the pictures and saying how much you look like him, even as a baby. Like, for me now, when I see, like, Carl's a teenager, comparison to you as a teenager, if you see even when, like, just the hair and, facial hair and sunglasses and different things like that, a lot of the mannerisms and stuff. But, like, you could see it even in those little pictures before I think, like, that people necessarily develop their own style.
She would have just been all over you. Especially with your, she was one of those big academic people, and you are into the academics, and she would have been bragging about you at every place she went. They were like, oh, okay, bragging.
What an experience it is to learn. There's no better way to get to know someone whom otherwise would have been a stranger than through the people they loved and the people that loved them. I feel like I know a little bit more about the grandma that I never knew. She is inside of me somewhere. Her blood runs through my veins. I recognize her now because she embodied so much of the compassion and love that I can only hope to spread to the world in my own life. I'd like to think she'd be proud of the person I've grown to be. And even though our souls will never meet on this thing we call Earth, she is still right here before me, in the hearts and minds of the amazing family she left me with. Love transcends all, and that's why she will always be a part of me.